Hello everyone, welcome to A Foreigner Farming in the Philippines. I'm checking on the Azolla. I'm not getting a lot of Azolla these days, but I did get enough to put some in here. You can see these fish love it. All that Azolla we had put in this pit when we had transferred them in here, they've eaten it. And you can see the little ripples in the water there, getting after it. It would probably take about, I'm thinking 5 or 6 kilos a day to add to that pit. I've been running the water in this and the pump is just about out of gas. These pits are still not doing like I like. Basically what's gonna happen is we redo those beginning pits there. It's gonna be fresh soil, fresh Azolla, and I'm just gonna see fresh tarp, fresh everything new, and we're just gonna see how they produce. Because I think I'm leaning towards now the soil is just old. I think that's the problem. It doesn't have the trace minerals in it that are required. So as we slowly get those pits redone, we'll know. Because these last pits here, these last two that we did, are doing okay, and neither one of these have had any manure or fertilizer in them. I've never even put Azolla in this one, and that's just what's in there drained in. So we're going to get this solved one way or another. It's running out of gas. So I ran the pump for about 30 minutes. I'll just put the last little splash of gas in it. And it brought the well down about a foot and a half maybe. So yeah, this is the last of the old pits. It's doing all right. I mean, this is the one that had the 14, 14, 14 in it. This is the one that had the mostly phosphorus in it. And this one, the deadest one, is the one where we'd put the nitrogen. So it's still, I think it's still overloaded with nitrogen. And then these pits back in here, this one's dying off. It'll be all dead. So will this one. This one's headed that way. I'm going to pick one of these 3 or 4 pits right here, and we're going to bring in, well, I hate to do it to him, but I'm going to get Nerio down here with a bucket and have him scoop out as much of this old soil as he can, just with a bucket. And we're going to add 2 or 3 wheelbarrows of fresh soil. No fertilizer, nothing. Just swap out some of the soil, old to new, and see if that makes any kind of difference at all. And I'm going to start isolating these pits. I don't have any way to drain them. I'm going to start isolating these down here though, these beginning ones, because I can move that hose around easily in these beginning pits. All I have to do is turn up these elbows and the water won't transfer from one to the other. Just flip that up in the air. That in effect blocks off the transfer tubes. So I'm gonna fertilize the crap out of one of these. I'm gonna change the soil in that one over there, and I'm gonna put 14, 14, 14 probably in this one, and see what the difference is. See if there's any difference, better or worse. Now this first pit that we've done up here, I don't expect, you know, this isn't the one with the tilapia in it. That's not a test pit, because the tilapia will always eat the Azolla faster than it's going to grow in there. And you can see those little ripples in the water right there at the edge of where the Azolla really starts to thin out. I mean, they're just having a party there eating it. There's a lot more in there than what we had thought. I don't know, 300. I asked Tata, he said 400 plus. I'm thinking there's about 300. We didn't count them because we were all, it was kind of like assholes and elbows. We were all getting them out before they died. We were all, me, Nerio, and Tata were transferring them from that one pit to the other, and so we didn't do an exact count. But there's a lot in there, and there's no way. I'm thinking one of these pits could keep up with, if you put 100 fry in it, that it would still produce Azolla. If they were back to producing pits, it would still produce Azolla for about 4 months, until the fish began to eat it faster than it was producing. And at that time, if I was ever going to do it that way, I'd just harvest the tilapia out and start over again. That is something that may be in the works, but I've got to get the production side of things nailed down first, and it's a daily experiment. Well, I came down here just basically to shut the pump off. I'm going to go back to chopping up banana leaves. Thank you, everyone. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.